15 years ago, a Japanese probe orbiting the moon captured something unusual. Among the countless craters, it photographed one that stood out. This was not a crater, but a strange dark hole leading deep into the moon's interior. Since then, orbiters have identified more than 200 similar holes, each one a potential gateway to the mysteries beneath the lunar surface. These discoveries have ignited global excitement, as they could hold the key to unlocking the moon's ancient past, and perhaps even its role in humanity's future. But what exactly are these holes? Why are they so significant? And why is China getting ready to explore them?
This weekend, as space debris is expected to fall to Earth.
Developing now, debris from a 23-ton Chinese rocket booster just hurtled uncontrollably back to Earth.
Chinese rocket debris has crashed to Earth over the Indian and Pacific Oceans.
In May 2021, parts from China's Long March 5B rocket caused widespread concern as it re-entered Earth's atmosphere uncontrollably. Despite these setbacks, China has quickly become a major player in space. With taikonauts working on their Tiangong space station and the success of the Chang'e lunar program, China is now a serious competitor in the global space race. But China's ambitions go beyond just touching the moon. In May 2023, the China Manned Space Agency announced that it had begun the planning phase for a manned lunar landing, with the target year set for 2030. The objective? To land humans on the moon and establish a permanent presence. While specific landing sites are still under consideration, regions with intriguing features, such as the holes at Mare Tranquillitatis, are among the potential candidates. This has sparked excitement across the global scientific community. But what is it about these holes that makes them so special? Why would China consider sending humans to these strange voids? From a distance, this here might look like yet another lunar crater, formed by a meteor impact sometime over the last few billions of years. But what scientists believe is that these pits are collapsed sections of ancient lava tubes. Billions of years ago, the moon was a very different place. It was geologically active, with volcanic eruptions spewing lava across the surface. As this molten lava flowed, it created rivers of fire, snaking their way across the moon's surface. The outer layers of these rivers cooled and solidified first, creating a kind of crust. But underneath that crust, the lava continued to flow, carving out vast underground channels. As volcanic activity slowed and the lava stopped flowing, the channels drained, leaving behind hollow tunnels. Scientists call these tunnels lava tubes. On Earth, we can find examples of lava tubes in places like Hawaii and Iceland. Some are several dozen feet wide and big enough to walk through. In fact, Hawaii's Kazumura Cave is the longest known lava tube on Earth, stretching over 40 miles or 65 kilometers. But on the moon, thanks to its weaker gravity, about 1/6 of Earth's, these tubes can grow to much larger sizes than on Earth. And here's where things get really interesting. Over time, some sections of these lava tubes have collapsed, creating the deep holes we see on the surface today. But the rest of the tunnel remains intact, hidden beneath the surface. These holes are essentially access points to vast underground worlds, preserved for billions of years. Imagine wandering through these vast tunnels. But how exactly do we know these pits lead into underground caves? Thanks to advanced technology, scientists have been able to map the moon's surface and its hidden depths. High-resolution imagery has revealed tunnels branching from the bottom of several pits, especially those in Mare Tranquillitatis and at Marius Hills. To confirm these tunnels were hollow, the Selene orbiter detected a unique echo pattern at the Marius Hills skylight, suggesting a large underground cavity. NASA's Grail mission then mapped the moon's gravitational field, identifying areas with less mass. Overlapping these echo patterns with the gravity field data then confirmed the existence of vast, hollow spaces beneath the surface. Together, these tools allowed scientists to estimate the depth and size of these underground tunnels, offering a glimpse into completely hidden lunar landscapes beneath the surface. So it's no surprise that China is now considering these sites for their manned lunar missions. Exploring these vast, untouched caves could give scientists of any nation unprecedented access to study the moon's inner geology. Yet, the hole's true potential might go far beyond scientific curiosity. Could they hide something crucial for future moon missions? And why do they matter to China? The moon is an unforgiving and dangerous environment. Its surface is constantly bombarded by cosmic radiations and micrometeorites, with no atmosphere to offer protection. Unpredictable solar storms are capable of flooding the surface with lethal radiation in minutes, putting any taikonaut or astronauts at serious risk. Temperatures are equally extreme, soaring to 250 degrees Fahrenheit during the day and plummeting to a bone-chilling -200 degrees Fahrenheit at night. These drastic fluctuations, combined with the constant threat of radiation, make the moon's surface a deadly place for both humans and machines. Surviving and working there over long periods would require overcoming these immense and life-threatening challenges. But what if there were a way to escape these dangers? That's where the lava tubes come in. These vast underground tunnels offer something rare on the moon, a natural shelter. Inside these tubes, the thick basalt walls and ceilings would protect astronauts from the worst dangers of space. The tubes would block harmful cosmic radiation, deflect meteoroid impacts, and provide a stable internal temperature, far more hospitable than the extremes outside. Data from the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter's Lunar Radiometer experiment shows that the temperature inside the Tranquillitatis skylight remains a stable 63 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 17 degrees Celsius. Think of these lava tubes as ready-made bunkers, carved out by nature billions of years ago. If we could set up bases inside these lunar caves, it would save us from having to build entire protective structures from scratch. In fact, these tubes could serve as the foundation for permanent lunar colonies. We're not talking about small, cramped spaces here. Some of these tubes are absolutely enormous, spanning more than 1 kilometer wide. You could fit entire city blocks inside. Now, picture a sprawling lunar base, complete with living quarters, research labs, and even manufacturing facilities, all safely tucked away from the deadly hazards of the lunar surface. But protecting astronauts from the moon's deadly environment is just the beginning. What if we could go further, transforming these protective caves into fully livable spaces? Could lunar lava tubes be pressurized to an Earth-like atmosphere to create breathable habitats? The idea is to seal off these underground spaces and fill them with a breathable atmosphere, using the 30 to 50 feet thick basalt roofs as natural protection from radiation and micrometeorites. This would allow for the creation of Earth-like conditions inside. Doing so would significantly reduce the weight, complexity, and shielding needed for surface habitats, offering a more efficient way to establish long-term lunar bases. The stable environment inside these tubes could also make it easier to grow food. On the surface, the constant temperature swings would make farming nearly impossible. But in the more stable conditions of the lava tubes, it may be possible to set up hydroponic systems or other advanced agricultural techniques to grow food for astronauts. If we could create a self-sustaining colony inside one of these tubes, we wouldn't need to rely on constant resupply missions from Earth. That would make a long-term presence on the moon not only feasible, but far more affordable and practical. Just imagine stepping into a lunar cave with Earth-like air pressure and temperatures, but still floating around in 1/6 gravity. Picture trying to play a sport. Everyone would be gliding in the air, bumping into walls. What recreational activity do you think would be the most fun in lunar gravity? Comment below. But let's not get ahead of ourselves here, because before anyone starts building lunar cities in lava tubes, they face a critical challenge. They need to explore these caves and determine if they're structurally safe and stable. And that's no small task. Venturing into these places without structural analysis and without knowing what's inside could be incredibly risky. So how do we start to explore them? Fortunately, the space agencies of the world are racing to build the cutting-edge technology to do just that. NASA Jet Propulsion Laboratory, for example, is working on the DuAxel Rover, a marvel of engineering designed specifically for the kind of extreme exploration these pits require. It splits into two parts at the edge of a pit. One part stays anchored at the top, while the other lowers itself down. As it descends, DuAxel uses cameras, laser scanners, and other tools to take detailed images and map the inside of the cave. A team from the University of Würzburg has developed Daedalus, a small spherical robot that can roll through lava tubes, navigating tight spaces with ease. Using LiDAR technology, it scans the cave walls by bouncing laser beams and creating detailed 3D maps. These maps will give scientists a clear view of the size and shape of the lava tubes, helping us better understand their structure from the inside. But clearly the most innovative approach comes from a team at ETH Zurich in Switzerland. This robot, tested under zero-G conditions, is built to hop across the moon's surface and into craters and pits. Instead of traditional wheels or legs, their concept, nicknamed Spacehopper, propels itself in low gravity by bouncing across difficult terrain. The team has demonstrated its unique mobility in weightless environments, showing that it can navigate where other rovers might struggle. Its ability to hop into deep pits and caves, capture visual data, and exit efficiently makes it a key player in future lunar exploration. Such technology is crucial because we need to know if these caves are stable enough to support human life. After all, it would be a disaster to set up a lunar base inside a lava tube only to have it collapse with the first moonquake. The data collected by robots like DuAxel and Daedalus will help us determine whether these caves are structurally sound enough to house human settlements. China has similar plans for exploring these lava tubes, aiming to use mobile, partially tethered robots with 3D imaging and navigation systems to map and investigate these vast underground spaces. Before we send anything into these mysterious pits, we first need a clearer picture of what's actually inside. From the scans, we know there are vast empty spaces, but how deep do they go? How rugged and complex are these tunnels? What secrets might these ancient, hidden caves hold? Lunar lava tubes offer a unique glimpse into the moon's volcanic past. Billions of years ago, lava flowed across the surface, forming the vast basalt plains we see today. By studying the rock layers within these tubes, scientists can uncover the moon's geological history. But beyond that, these caves may also hold valuable resources. Helium-3, a rare isotope found in lunar rock, could fuel nuclear fusion reactors, offering nearly limitless energy. There's also the potential to find water ice, which could provide oxygen for breathing and hydrogen for rocket fuel, reducing reliance on Earth for supplies, and so turning the moon into a launch pad to venture out further into the solar system. We're living in an exciting time. Why? Because a new race to the moon is underway, and it's different from the one in the 1960s. This time, it's not just about being first. It's about staying. Countries like China and the US are competing once again, but now private companies have joined the game, bringing innovation and efficiency to lunar exploration. SpaceX and Blue Origin are doing interesting work to drastically drive down launch costs with massive, fully reusable rockets. Their focus isn't just on landing on the moon, it's on building a lunar economy. All commercial players have their sights on mining lunar materials, which could fuel the next phase of space exploration and open up a whole new frontier for commercial activity. China, however, has taken a different path. With state-backed resources, it's playing a long game. While private companies optimize for speed and cost, China is able to mobilize immense government funding and long-term planning. Their Chang'e missions are proof that they're serious about establishing a permanent presence on the moon by 2030. For China, it's about securing dominance, not just in space, but geopolitically. The moon is becoming a launch pad for the future. And with lunar lava tubes offering natural shelters, we're looking at a future where living on the moon could become a reality sooner than we think. And here's where the story comes full circle. In many ways, our exploration of these lunar caves mirrors humanity's ancient past. Returning to caves, from our past to our future. Thousands of years ago, humans sought refuge in caves. These dark, sheltered spaces provided protection from the harsh elements, predators, and other dangers in the world that was often unforgiving. Caves became sanctuaries, places of safety where early humans could survive and thrive, away from the threats that lurked outside. Now, as we look to the moon, we find ourselves drawn to the same kind of shelter. Just as our ancestors once sought protection in caves here on Earth, astronauts may soon take refuge in the lava tubes on the moon. These ancient, alien caves could serve as humanity's next sanctuary. It's a poetic parallel that spans millennia. We're explorers by nature, always seeking new horizons, new places to call home. And perhaps one day, as future generations look back at this moment, they'll see the moon not just as a cold, distant object in the sky, but as the place where humanity first truly learned to live beyond the Earth. The journey ahead is daunting, filled with challenges. But just as we once conquered the wilds of Earth, now we stand ready to conquer the stars. The moon's strange pits may hold the key to our future. A future where humans live and thrive, not just on the Earth, but across the solar system. Yet, China's ambitions stretch far beyond just the moon. As they lead the charge into the depths of space, they're also drilling deep into the Earth, literally. In an unprecedented endeavor, China is drilling one of the deepest holes on our planet. What could they be searching for down there? And how does it connect to their broader mission in space? Find out in this video. If you found this fascinating, please consider subscribing.